Yo, 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 what's up, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Nothin Nice.
What's going on?
I got my brother here, E-Man. What's good, my
What's
brother?
up, man? You alright?
Yes, sir, yes, sir. We gonna get into it. Yo, we appreciate everybody who watched last week. Man, time flew.
Man.
We were just chopping it up, got crazy.
Hey.
I looked up, I said, man, we chopped it up for 2 hours, no breaks.
When you're doing something you like, sometimes it just go by so fast.
Man, it's just easy to do.
Exactly.
Man, but we appreciate y'all rocking with
Absolutely.
us. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it, man. We're gonna start with the Knicks.
Okay.
Because the Knicks have more. You see my brother Mook. Our brother Mook isn't here today.
We miss you, man.
He has some other things he has to take care of due to the storm. However, I would love to get his take. So, brother, you better put your comments. You better put your comments in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
But man, so Mikal Bridges is saying that he's willing to take a team-friendly deal. We don't know what that means yet, but he's willing to take a team-friendly deal to make the New York Knicks even more competitive.
It's crazy.
What you think about that, brother?
I don't know what they mean by more competitive. What else are you going to sign?
Right.
At the 1, you're solidified. At the
Right.
2, you're solidified. At the 3, you're solidified. At the 4, you're solidified. Well, they did say they was interested in Clint Capella. But what
Right.
money are you giving up, Makai, just to get Clint Capella? Like, what money are you giving up to get Clint Capella? I don't understand where you're going with this.
Man, no, honestly,
And
true.
this is a horrible trend. Like, but you're not one of them players that's gonna be seeing max on max on max.
Right.
So you need to go ahead and max this contract out. This might be your last time seeing around this type of money, just because of where you're going to be playing at and where your role is going to be. It's not going to be 22, 23, 24 a game anymore for you. You might get regulated to
14, 15?
Nah, that's too much. I might see him doing like 13, 12, you know?
Okay.
So, for me, I would just like, get your money, man, and just stop breathing. Because if it ain't about that dough, it ain't about me neither.
I feel you. Here's what I say. I mean, it's definitely interesting because this team, because these guys are really out here taking team-friendly deals
For a billionaire.
for a billionaire in a city that will tax you like crazy.
Yeah.
But since they're willing to take these team-friendly deals, I mean, I haven't looked at the free agency list for next year. I'm sure we're gonna have some people on there that will make it interesting.
Doesn't matter.
But the only thing that I will worry about with that,
Everybody's young. Everybody's in their prime.
no, for sure.
So it's
But
like,
the
what
thing I
could
will
you
worry
add?
about with that would be two things. If you don't win, you just gave up all that money for nothing, and you don't get it back.
Gotcha.
That's the first thing. The
True.
second thing is when you bring in a superstar, it breaks up the chemistry of the team off the rip. If you all do have that Villanova chemistry and you just have this bond already, you bring in a superstar who's like, okay, it's going to be the weird thing of where can I fit in and so on and so forth, depending on who you brought in. I mean, even the Warriors, how great they were when they were at their peak. When they brought KD in, they won, of course.
Yeah.
But they still had to figure it out. They had to figure it out, like, to where Steph was like, okay, I can still figure out how to do this. Clay, he doesn't require dribbles, so he could just catch and shoot.
Yeah.
But everybody who's on this Knicks team, if we're looking for other people to get a bucket, like, I feel like they'll start thinking twice about it. It's like, should I put up this jumper, or should I kick it out to whoever this new superstar in the mix is? So that's the only thing that I would
You think
say.
they'll go
I'll be
out there
worried
and try
about.
to make a big splash?
I think they have to. If you have players in their prime giving up money for the for the betterment of the team, and your GM or owner doesn't go out to try to make a big splash, like you basically just spit in my face.
What's a need for them right now, in your opinion?
So the biggest need I would say is a second punch who can give you that 22, like, for
Julius
sure.
Randle.
I know, and that's what I'm thinking. So we really don't know until the season happens. We won't know what realistically their needs are. We really want to know.
The only thing I could see them having a real need for is a center.
Yeah.
And
A backup center.
Mitchell Robinson isn't necessarily a starter, but he's not necessarily a backup.
I think he's a serviceable starter. Because think about it like this.
He can't start.
If you give them a dominant center, that's just somebody else who needs the ball.
Oh no, I don't think they need a dominant center. I think because they already have high end players that they're paying. That's not going to be to a degree worth the money that they're getting paid for. It was just what the market dictated for these players.
Right.
Like, I don't see OG averaging 20 next year, but he's getting 212. You know, and whatever contract Mikal Bridges signs, his contract is going to be north of 8 figures. You know.
I mean, yeah, it's still gonna be an NBA contract. I don't expect it to turn into.
But what I'm saying is they're not for sure. But they're not gonna get you're not gonna get whatever you think you're gonna get from these guys. So they already have high end players that are kind of more or less gonna be relegated to role players. Yeah. So it's like, who else do you throw in the mix of this talent?
That's the real question. Like, who can they put in here?
But
it's really going to depend on how the season goes.
Yeah.
That's going to be the thing. It's going to depend. If they have a season where they make it to the NBA Finals, I don't know if I would necessarily want a superstar, unless it's like an obvious superstar that's like, if you put this superstar on this specific Knicks team with everything being the same, they would still be able to flow and roll how they're going and just see new heights. That would make sense, but I wouldn't want to just get a big name to throw in there because we've seen that work a couple times, like where you just throw a big name in. I can't really give it to the Warriors because they had already won, but like with Kawhi when he went to Toronto, that's a big name that you threw into that team, and it worked. But they needed a star. They needed that next level because DeRozan was good, but Kawhi is Kawhi.
I don't think the Knicks need a superstar. Honestly, it just baffles me that they're just giving up this money to help the franchise make moves to get players that they essentially don't even need. Yeah. And again, I know we say this a lot, but just to double down on it, we're asking millionaires to give a billionaire a discount.
Yeah.
What? This is not the IRS. You are getting taxed.
Yeah. No, definitely. But man, so I think it's gonna be a very interesting season for the Knicks because they have so much potential. Like a lot of expectations, a lot of expectations, so much potential. I think that they could really, do something this year, something special. And whatever they come up with this year, it's going to set the stage for this next free agency for their team specifically. For sure. And I think for the first time since Melo, this would be the chance that they can pull a big free agent if that's the route they decide to go in. Because all the other free agents between Melo and now have gone other places, even though the Knicks have called Kyrie, KD, Bron, etc. They all Kawhi. They've all gone other places, even Paul George.
True.
But this is a chance to where they can legit, throw their hat in the ring and their hat means something.
What if they was able to get Joker?
Get Joker? Joker wouldn't like New York. He wouldn't like New York. Joker barely likes playing with the Nuggets. He just wants to play a little basketball and go home. New York's going to be they're going to want to be in this business. He's not going for that.
Nah, they won't get him. I was just throwing out something that would be that would be worth it because the only position that they would need is a big man. They literally have everything and they have a bench player behind them.
So to be fair though, I think Joker would be the type of player, like when I was saying, if you got like a big superstar to plug in, I think Joker, because of how he plays and he's such a great passer and everything, right. I think he would be the type of player that would be really good in that Knicks. Sabonis at 5, I think a player like that would also be good team in the mix.
That's not a decade, but that's a good 7.
No, for sure.
A good 7 years
for
of
sure.
Just
having to worry
Eastern
about
Conference dominance. You get Sabonis, That's over the top. My bad. They're over the top when you do stuff like that.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So that's definitely one to think about. If that happens, you heard it here first.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, so bro, just kind of switching up real quick. Let's talk about the Olympics, man. Have you had a chance to watch?
I caught the exhibition game with Canada. I watched a little bit of the Serbia game.
Yeah.
I did not catch the Australia game. I figured that was going to be a blowout.
Right.
And the Serbia game I thought was going to be a little bit closer, maybe because Joker was playing, so I just thought it was a blowout.
Man, so basically, just my take from it, U.S. just has a lot of Infinity Stones. That's all it comes down to. The U.S. just has a lineup for every occasion.
I don't think that they're like highly motivated right now either.
Yeah,
that's one thing I don't think that they are. I don't think they're highly motivated. So sometimes they need to get punched in the mouth,
right,
just to like get going a little bit.
Well, I won't say that they're not highly motivated. I'll say that some of the guys are in cruise control for sure.
Yeah, and they just came through a long grueling season. The majority of these players that's on the team, second round plus.
Yeah, no, for sure, pretty much.
So
all
but we're talking about almost 100 games.
So I think what I'm kind of peeping though from the younger guys, like the Bronze and the KDs who's not playing a lot, some of the older guys, they're still themselves, so they'll come and do their thing. But the younger guys like Jason Tatum and even Halliburton, I feel like those guys are coming in trying to outdo each other, like having fun, like still playing within the team, but they're coming out trying to be like, okay, JT just dunked on this guy, Ant's coming out saying, okay, I'm about to dunk and get this nasty step back three and get a steal here. Like they're just having like a little game between themselves throughout the course of the game to kind of keep themselves into it as well.
Right. It kind of sound like the 02?
Which squad?
Hold on, no, 2004. I said 02. 2004 Olympic team where it was Vince, I believe KG was on that team.
Vin Baker.
AI was on that team. Just a bunch of like young, athletic, like just cocky, for lack of a better term, of course. Pause. But just a lot of young, energetic players.
Yeah.
Just trying to prove themselves to the older heads on the team as well. That's what I think is going on. But I like this team because it's a fine balance of veteranship and youth. So it's a lot of potential on this team. But that's not playing with their food.
And I like, Steph is Steph. He's still shooting the lights out the gym. But I'm really liking the young players, what I'm seeing from them. Because one, it just shows that they're going to keep being dominant. And then also, it's kind of, I'm telling you, man, there's like some real showmanship going on between like Ant and Jason Tatum and Halliburton to say, we got next, but out of us, who's gonna be the alpha of the mix? Yeah.
Yeah, that's to be seen. It's a couple more games left.
I just hate Brown can't be there. Jaylen Brown's not in the race.
Yeah, man.
That still hurts.
No, it's going to definitely hurt, especially like we were talking about last time. That opportunity just to, it's essentially like a triple crown kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it only happens every 4 years, and so the amount of time and preparation that you get for these moments that just do not fall into your hands for political reasons or likability reasons and stuff like that. Because now they can't use a market situation anymore. You ain't gonna tell me that Derek White is more marketable than Jaylen Brown. Like,
low key.
That's not a thing anymore. It's not a thing anymore. So it's really just politics and who's part of that gang or who the gang would like to be cool with. So that's all it is. But I'm loving the Olympics so far, man, and definitely good luck to the United States.
No, I think that it's gonna be pretty smooth sailing for us going through.
For sure.
One thing I did notice, and this is kind of piggybacking off of what we talked about last week, y'all said there's no way that Joel Embiid wasn't gonna start. I said, just watching them in practice, AD looked better than Joel Embiid with how they were playing within the team.
Yeah.
We seeing Joel Embiid, man. I mean, you said they begged for him to come play.
They did.
It sounds like they wasted time.
Nah, I think that
Because AD was
Joel Embiid has never played on a team this good ever in his life.
For sure. No, I mean,
of course, it goes to.
It's an all-star game that matters for them.
No, I would say it to say like, all right, so I don't know this for sure. I would have to go back and look because I don't pay attention too much to high school basketball.
Right.
But I'm going to go off a limb and say majority of these NBA players nowadays, they play on these all-star high school teams.
Right.
These teams that they feel like if we could beat every team in the country type of teams.
Right.
So to some degree, these players nowadays, they're more in tune with like playing with like great talent. I don't know what high school Embiid went to, or even if he went to high school in America. I'm not sure about that. He probably did though. But going to Kansas, even though it's a D1 school, and it does have a lot of basketball culture at Kansas.
For sure.
That wouldn't be the school to go to when you get drafted. What was it, like 2017, 2018, something like that?
Something like that.
Around there, or maybe a little bit
maybe
before that.
Yeah.
Maybe like 2015, 2015,
Yeah.
2016, something like that. But I don't think that would. I think Kentucky was the team to go to in that mid 2010 era, not like a Kansas, or something like that. And then that was an era where like the best players were trying to get together on the best teams.
Yeah, 14.
2014? Okay, cool. Yeah, that's around the time where Kentucky was a powerhouse, Duke was a powerhouse, North Carolina was kind of shaky but still very, very relevant, you know what I'm saying? So it's like teams were kind of like Arizona was a powerhouse,
right.
So it's like as much heritage that Kansas has, that wouldn't have been the team to like go to per se. And they send people to the league all the time,
They do.
They send people to the league all the time, but so I'm saying that to say that he's not used to not being the best player on the team. That's what I think. I think he's used to being the best player,
okay, so
and
tell me
maybe
this.
they might be messing with him.
Why would that affect what he does on the court? Because it kind of seems like that would just make your job easier.
Imagine
if I have Bron over here,
mm-hmm.
Steph over here,
mm-hmm.
Ant over here,
mm-hmm.
Jason Tatum over here,
mm-hmm.
or AD over here.
Mm-hmm.
No, everybody over here. Nobody's like gonna say I'm not guarding Steph. I'm not guarding Bron. I'm not guarding. Like that's not happening. So that means I get one-on-one with this person.
Yeah.
Why is he not producing one-on-one with this person? And we know he's a hooper.
It literally might be a mental thing. You might be used to a double team right here, so maybe certain moves that will be like a little tougher, you don't have to do. So like it might just be a mental thing. Like I'm used to spinning and fading on my back, but now I can just post him up and just go to the rack or something like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? He's probably just he's probably just not accustomed to using those type of moves in his toolbox. So now, like the most simple moves, maybe he's not able to do them, or even more so, he might even be scared to do them or something like that. It could just be a mental thing, because he's missing wide open layups. And it's just looking real bad. I just think it's a mental thing. He's probably used to having a ball so many times per game.
To get into a flow.
Yeah, and now it's just like I'm touching the ball, 5 times? From a guy that on 1 foot scored 30, 40 against the Knicks? With
on
one leg,
yeah.
So it's like, imagine being able to get the ball even in your worst state and be able to still produce.
Okay, so I can kind of understand that. Even still, man, I'm expecting more from Jordan.
Absolutely.
Because he's too good of a hooper and a talent to come out here playing the way that he's playing. And this might be his only time playing for Team USA.
Exactly.
Because 4 years from now, you don't know where you're going to be.
34.
Yeah, 34.
Bad injuries already. You're absolutely
right.
That was a great
and then there's going to be younger dudes pulling up and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So no way of knowing. Man, so Joel, get it together. You a hooper, man. You got this.
Yeah, we're rooting for you, man.
For sure. All right, so my boy Russ. my boy Russell Westbrook. He's with it.
Before he gets into this,
man, we don't have to talk about
real
it.
quick. Just before he gets into this,
so Russell,
that's only his guy.
No.
It's only his guy because his guy left Cleveland.
No. Bron's still my guy too.
It's only his guy because his guy left Cleveland.
No, that's not true. Since 2008, because I didn't watch him at UCLA, like, to keep it a buck. I didn't watch him at UCLA, but since he got to the Thunder, I was like, this guy's running fast and jumping high in the mud.
Yeah,
like, so I was like, okay. So, and then, like, we all, like, around the same age-ish. So it was like, okay, I rocks with this.
Oh, yeah.
So it was just that easy.
You know what? But I recant myself.
Okay, so he's with the Nuggets now.
It's official.
He's with the Nuggets.
Congrats.
Which I rock with.
Congrats.
How do you feel like that shapes the Nuggets?
It's not enough, but congrats on the move.
Okay, so tell me this. Year before last, they won the championship. Coming into this year, they were the front runners to come out the West to go to the championship. Why is this now not enough?
Because they lost their best defender and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Shout out to you for getting that bag in Orlando.
Okay.
But y'all won't be going to the finals over there.
No, for sure.
But they lost Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. So that team is just loaded with offensive talent. I think to mitigate the defense that they lost in KCP, they just are going to ramp up the pace on that bench. That's the only thing I can see. I think that, and they also signed Miles Plumlee. You know Miles Plumlee is a runner. Yeah. I think they just signed him. I want to say, I think the Nuggets did sign him.
Okay.
So they're going to just be running it. That's the only way I can see them mitigating is up in the pace so that they don't have to play a lot of defense.
I feel like they're going to play defense. I feel like it's going to be team defense. It's not the you go lock this situation up. It's just we're going to be switching. Because they still have a tall lineup, a big lineup.
Yeah.
So that part hasn't changed for them.
A little bit.
KCP
was about 6'7".
KCP's on 6'9". KCP's like 6'5". He's like 6'5". KCP is good, but
they lost a sniper too.
And I definitely don't want to diminish who he was for that team.
And Reggie Jackson gone too. That's why he got Russ.
But Russ off of the bench, man.
No, he's amazing. He's gonna be special. He might be $6 million a year this year, but
I can see that.
They'll be doing all of that and probably be they'll probably lose in the first round. If they make it to the second round, smooth. The West, from a team perspective, has gotten better. I don't know about these players or what they're doing in the gym to get better, but personnel-wise, the Kings have gotten better. Personnel-wise,
okay, tell me this: is Joker the best player in the league, or top three?
Top three for sure.
Okay,
but the top three is kind of shaky right now because Luka, to me, was a top three player, and his mental meltdown in
the collapse in the finals.
In the finals, I want to say game 4 through 6. No, 4 through games 3. Games 3 through 5 is what I meant to say. Oh, there was a level of there was just some mental lapses. A lot of trying to bargain with the ref, and then you went from bargaining with the ref to kind of being a little passive aggressive, sassy. You know, I just feel like that's not what a top 3 face of the league type of player does when adversity hits them. Yeah, you may have to put your head down for a little bit, but you pick your head back up and you get back to the mission. You know, so.
The complaints were crazy in the finals for sure. We definitely talked about that.
And on top of it, the fact. Let me just go back to your answer. I'm being very long-winded. I apologize. He's a top 3 player.
Okay.
He's a top.
So with him being a top 3 player, I think that he's probably 1 or 2. 1 or 2, just depending on any given day. In most situations, he's gonna be the best player on the court. Mm-hmm. I think second round is easy to get to. I feel like he'll do that because I feel like they're gonna have.
He's good enough as his own.
Yeah, they're gonna have a good regular season record, so he'll get to the second round. And then second round is about a little, chess moves and everything like that going through. Trying to figure out some of the things that beat them against the T-Wolves series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with your statement, man. I just kind of believe that the West has just gotten just a little bit better. They're just a couple ticks better. They'll just need to play the right team, which means they'll have to be
it's always about
exceptionally well throughout the season. They'll have to be a top 4 seed. In my opinion, for them to go to the second round.
Okay.
If they're 5 or a 6 seed team, I don't think they'll be a 6 seed team. But if they get that low, I don't know if they'll make it out the first round.
If they get to 6 seed, I'm just assuming that they had an injury at that point.
Yeah.
If they're number 6.
And they're going to be relying more on Michael Porter Jr. too.
Yeah, but it's time for him to step up.
Yeah.
Like it's past time for
that
him.
was the reason.
I mean, the year they won the championship, he played well.
Really well.
But it's time for him just overall regular season and playoffs to step up. Because honestly, between he and Murray, it's time for the Nuggets to have 2 All-Stars on the team.
Or even 3.
Yeah, honestly. The skill set's there. You just...
Michael Porter Jr. is basically Kevin Durant before his foot injury. Even though he has a bad back. I'm just talking about really athletic, can shoot the ball really, really well, not scared at all.
As much as KD isn't aggressive enough for me, for my liking personally, Michael Porter is even less aggressive than that.
I think that what for Michael Porter's aggressiveness, you get Kevin Durant's efficiency. I don't know why I said that. Trying to make the words rhyme, silly Billy.
No, that's crazy.
But yeah, man, it's gonna be a great year for basketball for both conferences because both conferences have gotten better. Like the teams that were out or like on the outskirts or maybe would have been like a late seed this year without their acquisitions. Yeah, they're gonna be something to marvel at.
Okay,
for sure.
So, all right, y'all gonna have to bear with us for this one. He might have a Mook moment from last week.
I promise not to yell.
All right, so
let me take that promise back.
All right, so Draymond, he was talking to Jeff T. He was talking about teams that were front runners, and my boy is Houston through and through.
Southwest.
All right, cool. So
I'm gonna keep it chill, but yeah, Southwest.
So through and through, my boy is Houston. All right, so he said he was mentioning front running teams where when things are good, they gonna talk trash, they doing throwing high fiving and all that stuff. But when it's bad, they fall apart and they crumble. He said that they were a good team, but still they were front runners and they fell apart. He said specifically the Rockets. Go ahead, bro. The floor is yours.
I just don't understand how Cogs can talk so crazy. For the life of me, like, and for those who don't know what a cog is a player that is needed for a team.
Right.
Not necessarily the person that's gonna have the star eye numbers, but they're needed. You may need a person that might be able to run and go get the ball before it gets out of bounds. You may need an enforcer. You may need a Thanasis. You know what I'm saying? You may need a Dennis Rodman. You know what I'm saying? You might need, we could keep going all day.
Horace Grant.
Not Horace Grant. That's too disrespectful. He's an all-star. Not because he's an all-star, but he's an actual, he was almost north of 20 or was a 20 point per game scorer at some point in time in his career.
Okay.
Every team has this one guy. The Rockets right now, we have Boban, that's no. The Rockets in the past, we'll just say like PJ Tucker. It's a high level cog. And that's what Draymond Green is. He's just a cog. He's not even an X factor. It's you're not the person that's we have to game plan for. You're not. You just have your good moments when you have your good moments. Like we gotta keep it like 1,000. This guy scored his best was 14 a game.
Yeah.
James Harden's best was 36 a game. Like we can't even sit here and have you just have these conversations. But your big homie Steph has empowered you because he helped you get 4 rings. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing. That's the same thing that got Jordan Poole cracked.
Oh yeah.
he said 30 been carrying you on his back for years. Got cracked for it.
Man.
Yeah, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you don't even need to talk like that because you weren't the missing piece to take your team over the top. You weren't the player that was like, yeah, when he gets hot, yeah, we can't let him get hot. No, you was the guy that was, passing the ball, setting the screens, barking at people, like, running to get the pass, like running to get the loose ball. Like that was you. That was you. Like you can't do that you can't go around. No, we weren't front runners. We were real competition. The only reason why we lost in 2018 because we were not making shots. It wasn't that we had our head down. You have to have a certain level of confidence within yourself or as a team to take 27 shots, 3-pointers, and miss them straight. You got to at least think by the time it's 18, the 19th one's going to go in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Have some delusion.
Yeah, you got to have some type of delusion of grandeur or something like that. And we lost by single digits. And y'all were super loaded. What are we talking about here?
Yeah,
y'all just got lucky. Let's break down the luck. Hold on, let's break down the luck.
Oh, Lord.
2015, did Steph see a starting point guard in the playoffs?
Everybody got hurt.
No. Not everybody got hurt. Not that every team that he played against got hurt. We're just talking about a starting point guard.
Drew was out.
Okay, who else?
Kyrie was out.
Who else?
Who did they see in round 2 and 3?
Let me see. They saw Pelicans. After the Pelicans, they saw that wasn't the Clippers because we saw the Clippers. They didn't. We played them in the Western Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm.
Pat was hurt. In the second round, I don't know who they played in the second round, but that person was hurt. Whoever that starting point guard was, he was hurt. I want to say that was Memphis they played in the second round. And Mike Conley was hurt. I want to say that, but I'm not 100% sure. But I want to say they played Memphis. Mike Conley was hurt. They played New Orleans. It wasn't Drew. Yeah, Drew and Rondo was hurt, or just no. Rondo was gone. Drew was hurt. It's like that's the luck. Boom. It don't even matter who the person was. Everybody, if you know, you know. 15. Curry didn't see a starting from round 1 to finals. He didn't see a starting point guard at all. Luck, right? Let's go with the second ring. We all know the reason why you got KD because you couldn't get it done when y'all won 73-9. Could we call y'all front runners? Could we call y'all front runners? Huh? Not only did y'all put your head down, y'all also called somebody too, right? All right then. So then,
so that's back-to-back rings.
Yeah. So it's like y'all got KD back-to-back, and then you messed up the whole entire situation. What are we talking about here? That was a dynasty that you blew up because you wanted to show your worth, and it wasn't there anymore. It wasn't there anymore. They let you bring up the ball occasionally for ego purposes, but for the most part, if KD would have stayed on that team, let's say KD was on that team right now, does he get that 25? Does he get that 4-year, $100 million contract?
No.
Okay.
No. If KD's on that team, you're rethinking about how you're doing that team. If
he's
KD's
getting
on that
traded.
team, you probably
getting traded.
They would probably just let him go.
They wouldn't have let him go. He would have been
and then
gone.
they probably would have kept
and
Clay.
he would have been a cog somewhere else.
Yeah, they probably would have kept Clay.
Yeah, of course they're keeping Clay. What?
Instead of letting Clay watch this.
That's the money decision. I can go find somebody to go do what Draymond Green does. It may not be at the Draymond Green level, but I can find somebody that can pass the ball, that play defense. What?
Now, okay, so here's what I'll say in fairness to Draymond.
Supreme call, man.
Here's what I'll say. He does so many little things that it does matter for the Warriors. Like, you would like to, not think, because you look at the box score and be like, aight. But for what he does on the court, what he disrupts and deflects and everything like that, it does
20 other
it does matter. However, specifically for the Rockets versus Warriors that year, honestly, the Rockets were not front runners.
We were injury away.
The Rockets, Chris Paul doesn't get hurt. They win in 6. Chris Paul doesn't get hurt. They win in 6, and I can't be convinced any other way.
It was nasty how it was going.
Warriors won game 1. All right, that was cool. Rockets won game 2 in a blowout. Warriors won game 3 in a blowout. But then the Rockets came back and won 4 and 5. And and the way that they won 4 and 5, they locked up.
Yes.
They had PJ Tucker, Chris Paul. Harden was playing defense. That's how real that was. Trevor Ariza, of course, we know who he was in the league. So, and Clint Capella was anchoring the defense, and Clint's feet were good enough to where he could stay in the game and you didn't have to take him out because he could rotate over.
It's just so wild.
So, that game 6, they for sure, there's no way I believe that the Warriors are going to win that and get game 6 in Houston.
Yeah, the stage was set for us to go ahead and prove to the world that, hey, we can do this. And Chris Paul got hurt. And then there was another stage that was set for us. Get it done at the house. We didn't get it done at the house.
Right.
However, it's not because of you.
I was going to say,
you know what I'm saying?
The score was 101 to 92.
Yeah.
And the Rockets missed 27 threes.
And that wasn't because of you.
27. If they would have shot some 2s, because and that was the biggest thing. I was like, if Chris Paul was there, one, he would have made 3s because Chris
for
could
sure.
shoot.
No, and
but then second, he would have said, "Hey guys, listen, the 3s aren't falling. Let's hit some, regular mid range, and then just keep coming out further and further into our shots." Because Chris brought that team a specific confidence. Harden was Harden, so his confidence was just in being James Harden. But for everybody else, they knew Chris Paul, who was the leader of that squad, he's gonna right this ship and he's gonna get us where we need to be. So to call that team front runners, I feel like that was highly disrespectful. No matter if you say they were good or not, to call them front runners.
That was Chris Paul's first year with the Rockets, yes?
Second.
The first year with the Rockets, weren't we number 1 in the West that year? We won 65 games.
That I don't remember. But
yeah,
we
won 65 games. You ain't go. Who's saying people that are number 1 the best team in the NBA is a front runner? He can only go off of the fact that, hey, we're saying from an if standpoint, and he's talking about what actually happened. But what actually happened had nothing to do with you.
See, when he said the Clippers were front runners, I wasn't mad at that. The only reason why
I couldn't say that either because they were hurt.
The only reason why
it was just hurt a lot. That's it.
Yes, they ended up getting hurt. However, the Clippers on one of the they blew that 3-1 lead. They did blow the 3-1 lead.
That was against us.
But
Chris Paul didn't play.
Right, Chris Paul ended up getting hurt in that one, but still, 3-1 is you just have to win a game at that point. True. Game.
True.
So
you're right.
That's whatever for that. So the Clippers, I didn't mind that, but when he said the Rockets, I'm not gonna lie, my eyes got big, and I said, how? Literally, y'all, the Warriors would be at 3 rings right now if it wasn't for Chris Paul getting hurt.
I would have respected more if he would have said, I don't like the Rockets for X, Y, and Z reason. I could respect it more because we don't like you either. So it's I could have respected that way more. He don't like the Rockets. If you want to talk about
that would be a weird beef though, because just because I've been to plenty of Rockets games, you worked at Toyota.
Yeah.
So just off of that, no, I've never just heard people around the city today. If we ask anybody, name a player you don't like in the history of the NBA or current NBA, you're not gonna run into a lot of Draymond,
especially not in the city.
You're
not gonna say that.
You're running into a completely different group of people.
We're gonna talk about exactly. the air that he doesn't breathe. He just gets to stay next to him. I mean, you made it to the league for sure. You know what I'm saying? And I can never take that away. I'm not here to say that you're a trash player.
Listen, he's gonna be in the Hall of Fame.
All I'm saying is that you were a needed player, not the most needed player. You a cog. You there to do your role, and you executed at such a high level that you were given individual accolades, right? But at the end of the day, you a cog. Like, you couldn't smell Harden's sneakers. You couldn't smell Chris Paul's sneakers. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. If we say, what did Chris Paul do in the NBA that's outside of a team effort?
Right.
What did James Harden do in the NBA outside of a team effort? Now, what did Draymond Green do in the NBA outside of a team effort? The list look kind of nuts for you to even think just because you played against us. Like, it's like sometimes how you try to put his name next to LeBron sometimes. Like, it's like that.
You said who?
No, not you.
Oh!
No. I'm talking about Draymond Green.
Okay, good.
Like Draymond Green say something like,
yeah, like only me and Brian have this IQ.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah, okay, I got you.
You a cog, boy. Shut up.
I got you. I was gonna say, ooh, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
I never had that conversation.
I don't got too much to say about the cog, man. Besides what I said, I spoke. You know, it's just like, you know, if it wasn't for the Warriors, or if it wasn't for what was the former coach before Kerr?
Mark
If it wasn't for Coach Jackson, right? You'd probably be a 11th guy. But I can only speak from a place of if, because his talent showcased a little bit more. But these are real things. He would have been to me, he's the best cog in NBA history, and Dennis Rodman is number 2.
That's wild.
Dennis Rodman used to be the greatest cog in NBA history to me. Not as Draymond.
Because of his passing ability.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if Dennis Rodman had his passing ability, that might be a toss up. But yeah, greatest cog in NBA history for sure.
And that's tough. I mean, Dennis Rodman was. They're very similar because they both.
The difference between the two though. One was an on-ball defender. The other is a help side defender.
I was gonna say,
but one won a Defensive Player of the Year award, being a help side defender. But you do the math on who's who.
I'm not mad at that. It is what it is. So y'all tell us what. All my people in the H, y'all put in the comments how y'all feel about that.
I'm talking
statement.
about my city like that or this team like that.
Yeah, y'all talk. Y'all pray for my brother. He's having this $113 million.
It's not a super. It's not like that. Like,
no.
It's not
however, that was disrespectful.
Super.
Yeah, it was absolutely disrespectful.
Bro, you went up against a great team and you came out on top. Like, you can speak from a competitive standpoint of how good or bad.
As a matter of fact, no. Let's bring it to this. But let's bring it to this point, because a lot of people to this day will still say the Cavs in 16 won the finals because Draymond got suspended for Game 5, even though there were still 2 games after that, one of which was in San Francisco.
That's why you gotta wave them people off.
So it's like, so if Chris Paul being injured to where he couldn't play 6 and 7, if that wasn't enough to be like, oh, the Rockets would have won that,
for sure,
and people really hang their hats on it, then I don't understand how you can hang your hat on someone missing a game in the best of 7 with 2 games left over that he played. That's ridiculous.
And to think that the call was that good is even worse. Like, you thought you could really smell LeBron sneakers?
Man,
he was a cog. He was dropping 40 on you beforehand. That's why this would happen. That's how this whole back and forth happened. He dropping 40 on you. Y'all getting a little bit more physical outside of basketball. And, you know, your track record that year showed that that's what you do sometimes where you know, the cog in you showcase itself.
Get a little carried away.
Yeah. It's just the cog in him. He be tripping.
All right, bro, but let's switch it up. We're gonna do something a little more lighthearted right now. All right, so I saw you sent this to me. As a matter of fact, you sent this to me.
Okay.
It says you get $20 to build your player, right?
Yeah.
All right, so Chris, I'm gonna need you to put this on the screen. However, da 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 da.
Shout out to Chris, man.
Man, that man makes things happen. Appreciate you, my brother. All right, so $10 is the cost for Curry shooting.
Okay.
All right, so $10.
I got 20 though, right?
Yeah, you got $20 to work with.
Dang.
So Curry shooting is $10. Bronze passing is $5.
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie's handles $7. Joker's post $3. Josh bounce $4, and Giannis size $6. All right, you got $20 to work with. What you got?
Can I see it?
Yes, sir.
I gotta get that jumper cracking. You feel me?
So Steph Curry with 10. So all right, you got $10 to work with now.
All right.
You can only pick. It's your money. Figure it out. However you want to do it. So $10, you shooting like Steph already.
Now, if I'm already in the league, I don't need Curry jumper like that for sure. Hold on, let me figure something out. Let me see. I gotta get these handles because I'm gonna already be a guard. So I'm gonna get these Kyries.
So you want Kyrie's handles? Okay, that's $7.
And, Kyrie handles.
Okay. What you got?
Okay, so I can get all these things and it gotta equal up to a dub, right?
Right.
Oh yeah, we gonna yeah, I got this. Kyrie handles.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna go ahead and get Giannis size pause. That's 13. Then I'm gonna mess around and get Josh bounce.
Okay.
13. That's 17. Nah. If I got these handles, I gotta have the Dom package. Kyrie handles, Braun passing.
Okay.
That's 12.
Right.
We'll take Giannis size.
Okay.
Oh wait, that's Ben Simmons.
No.
That's Ben Simmons.
Oh, that is Ben Simmons. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
No.
All right. From the top.
Hold on. I don't want to. And he just retired, so
congratulations. Enjoy your retirement, man.
Enjoy your retirement.
You got all your money.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we don't want to be Benjamin.
All right, come on.
All right, Curry. We got Curry shooting.
All right, so Curry for 10.
Okay. Then we gonna mess around and get these handles from
for Kyrie.
Hey,
all right, 17.
Can you loan me? Can you loan me?
No. I don't got any.
I don't really care to have Jokic post game.
That's what you left with. Is that what you're going with?
Yeah, I guess I'll just take his post game. I'm
trying
trying to figure out how not to have his post game.
So he has Jokic post game for 3. Curry's shooting for 10. That's 13. Kyrie's handles. That puts him at 20. All right, cool. So I'm going Giannis size. That's 6. Josh bounce. So I'm already jumping out.
You're already Giannis.
So okay, I'm Giannis. Yeah. I'm Giannis at this point. So that's $10, and then just give me Steph shooting.
Really?
Yeah,
oh, bro.
Yes, sir. 6 + 4 + 10.
Oh, I could do that too.
No. You already charged your post. Your post
I'm gonna do that too. I thought I was spending more money.
No. You charge your post moves. We good here. No. It's cool. No. We already got who we got.
All right, I may not be Giannis size, but I'm 6'7".
All right, so Giannis size with Josh bounce and Curry shooting. I'm the best player ever.
No, you're not, bro. You Thon Maker. You Thon Maker.
No, because
wait, hold on. No, Dirk.
Literally, no.
Dirk.
No, because Dirk didn't have Josh bounce.
Oh yeah, you Thon Maker.
No, because he didn't have Curry shooting.
Yeah, he had the jumper.
No, stop it.
He had a jumper that carried him into the league.
There we go.
He had a jumper.
No, this one got me the best
shooter. No, you ball.
Best shooter of all time.
But you ball.
There's nobody you can actually give me for this. Because Curry is the best shooter of all time.
But you ball.
The best shooter of all time.
Jumper?
No. It doesn't say a jumper.
Is he athletic? Is ball athletic? You're Ben Simmons with a jumper.
We don't know. Okay.
You ain't got no handles though.
What did Colin
You ain't got no handles though.
I don't need them.
Yeah, you do.
I don't need them.
Yeah,
hey, put it up. Throw that. I got you. Everything's gonna be.
Let me see who my guy is.
Let me see. You said. I think you just created Luka. Let me see.
I said
Kyrie's handles.
Joker in the post, and then I said Curry shooting. Right?
Yeah, that's Luka. Yeah, that's Luka.
Yeah, he's 6'9".
That's what you say you want to be. You're Luka. But I'm a
He
creative.
ain't got Kyrie handles though. Kyrie handles
I mean,
post game.
let me see. Harden didn't really have a post game.
Harden used to have a post game, which is funny.
Okay, then you're James Harden.
No, I can't beat James Harden.
That's you either Luka or James. That's where you at with it.
I gotta be something I can be proud of.
How would you not be? That's MVP and scoring champ. That's 2 NBA finals right there.
No, man, I gotta have something that's like yeah, I can't think of that.
Listen, not everybody can have.
Oh, I'm Paul George. Facts. Yeah.
Wait, so something you can be proud of is Paul George over Harden and Luka?
Listen, right now.
That's crazy.
In this day and age, yeah, that's a smooth
So
game.
reading good news on the newspaper page, like, what are you doing? Family Matters?
Listen, I'm Paul George, bro.
That's crazy.
I'm Paul
so
George.
I'm just a creative player at this point. Cause
No, you're not.
Nah.
You Bo.
I'm not Bobo.
You Bo, bro.
Nah, because Bobo doesn't have John's bounce, for sure not. And he doesn't have Curry shooting. He could just shoot. So it's cool though. Not everybody knows how to spend their money wisely.
Giannis with a jumper would be who?
Giannis with a jumper would be
Oh, you AD.
no, because
You AD first.
it says Curry's shooting. Would you say AD has Curry shooting?
You AD first year with the Lakers.
Would you say that's crazy? Would you say AD has Curry shooting?
First year with the Lakers? For sure.
Also, make up your lies. All right, you look. Y'all tell us in the comment how.
2020 AD.
That's crazy. This guy. Y'all tell us in the comments how y'all's gonna spend your $20. So we got $10 Curry shooting. We have $5 Bronze passing, $7 Kyrie's handles. What is this? $3 Jokic post moves, $4 Ja bounce, and
I think I might be
$6.
Kawhi Leonard.
$6 Giannis size. Bro, stop fishing. No, you're not. Alright, so we're gonna wrap it up right here. I just have a quick question.
Yeah, man, shoot.
Alright, Mount Rushmore point guards. I just want to see if it's the same or if you're tripping. Who's your Mount Rushmore? That's four guards.
It's changed.
Who you got?
Dylan. No, I'm just playing.
Dylan. Because let's spit on fire.
I got Magic 1 still.
Okay.
My 2 has switched to Curry. He showed me.
Speaks for itself.
Yeah. Isaiah 3.
Okay.
And this is hard. Wait. Now.
What's up?
No, I'm gonna do 2. It's gonna be quick. I got Magic, Curry, Isaiah Thomas,
Okay.
aka Zeke, not the one that played for Boston, and CP3.
CP3?
CP3.
Wow.
Yeah, CP3.
I didn't see that. All right, so I have Magic.
Mm-hmm.
I have Curry.
Mm-hmm.
I have Russell Westbrook.
Okay, that's fair.
And I have Isaiah Thomas.
Okay.
So we just switched with Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook.
I'm not mad at the Russell Westbrook thing. That 2010, 2000 what was it? 2010 to 2020 decade.
Yeah.
He led that decade in assists.
I can believe it.
He led that whole entire decade in assists. And
I can believe it.
Chris Paul was number 2 and John Wall was 3 or something like that. So I dig it. It's not you're not far off. It's just that Chris Paul.
I mean, they do call him point guard.
A decade of all defense.
Yeah.
On top of that, 8 assists or better for majority of his career. He's not the scorer that Russell is. I give you that, but he checks every other box for me. But
yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at that because Chris Paul is a better defender. I'll definitely give you that. But Russ, just his tenacity, the way he played the game,
for sure,
he took scoring point guard to like a whole nother level. Yeah, so it was basically he could give you 30, he could give you 10 assists. Yeah, he could give you 10. He could get you 10 rebounds.
Yeah,
like he was putting up crazy numbers. Like he and James Harden. I mean, they're on separate teams, but they put together like a couple years with crazy numbers that you're like,
sure.
man, you only see this on video games.
For sure.
Like the 2020 game, that's
that
crazy.
2018 or 2017 James Harden, one of the two. Whichever one that he averaged 36, I want to say that was his 17-18 year when he averaged 36. You couldn't find a journalist that didn't think that he would have scored 100 points. You couldn't. Everyone thought this is the game he's going to finally score 100 points. Like, that's not something that's always. Like, I remember the over-under on James Harden was like 41.
Yeah.
And he dropped 50 that the game that it was 41 and a half, he dropped 50 that game.
No, for sure. But just like sticking on point guards, though, just for this, like Russ at the time, and part of the reason why I have him over Chris Paul, Russ at the time, man, it was like when he got, first of all, nobody thought that anybody would average a triple-double after Oscar.
Different.
And then he just did 3 years in a row like it was nothing. Then went to the Lakers coming off the bench or playing limited minutes, still giving you like 18, 9, and 9. And that was a bad year for him.
A bad year.
So it's
he
like
getting booed out the arena.
Yeah, like, so just the fact that of how great he was to where the bad year is somebody's dream year is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
So just
and he went to Washington and did triple-double.
Like he gave Bradley Beal his best year. Paul George got his best year with Russ. KD got his best year with Russ. So like, man, for like when his career is all said and done and over, like people are gonna like,
oh yeah, he's gonna get standing ovations around the league.
This man was that guy. Like he changed it for points.
He's relegated to literally like an afterthought, just so other people can win.
Bruh. Yeah, at that point, yeah.
And he's the only one that got hindered in that.
Yeah.
James Harden just got a 2-year, $70 million contract. He's playing for league minimums right now.
He stepped back so other people could shine, which, I mean, it's...
So, yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that.
So I got Russ on my Mount Rushmore.
And he your guy, too, so.
For sure. Because that man's a hooper. But, y'all let us know. Who's your point guard, Mount Rushmore? We'll see the shooting guards next week.
Yeah.
Yo, we appreciate you pulling up with us,
so
man.
Much. Mook, we miss you.
Mook, bro, you got to be here. All right. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Send it to all your friends, your family. We appreciate you. Football season's coming up. We're going to keep basketball rolling. But y'all can be looking for the football pod coming soon, man.
You might catch me in my Texans gear. You feel me? So.
Boy, that's crazy. However, that's our time. We appreciate y'all. We're out. Nothing nice.
Love.